Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode. Good evening. Happy Saturday. So, Saturday afternoon, evening, working a side hustle that I haven't done in like a month, and trying to make a couple dollars cash, or not cash, but trying to just make a couple extra dollars and do what I can to make sure our family's provided for. Something bonus that we did while the kids were napping today, my wife and I sat down and we just we're using a budgeting app. There's one that we've used for years and years that got shut down. We went to a paid, different budgeting app, and it tracks you connect your bank accounts, it tracks your expenses, but also your repeat expenses. So say on January 5th, you paid $20, and the next month you paid, on February 5th, you paid another $20. It detects that that's a subscription. And so when you open the app, it can help you identify your subscriptions really quickly. And so today we just went through, during our kids napping, we just went through, like, what subscriptions are we currently on? And are they ones that we truly want to keep going on? Or are they ones that we don't really need anymore? And so there was something that place I've started to do, fortunately, is they'll send an email like a month before your 12-month renewal starts. So like there's a magazine subscription that we gifted as a birthday present a year ago. And they emailed us like 2 weeks ago, hey, you're about to get recharged. Looking forward to seeing you another year. And so we know right away, we don't want to do that again. And so we can cancel that. We had a handful of subscriptions. I'll admit, all of them were mine. And some were legit, like a calendar booking tool or like a video conferencing tool. Like those we're going to keep for another couple months. But there are some that we just don't use, like an online file storage system. Another one what's a good example? Another one that's like an online like research tool that we don't really use as much. So we need a paid version, but we use enough that we should use like a free version. And so we just canceled stuff. We probably cut out like probably $100 a month worth of subscriptions that we don't really need anymore. And so at first thought, it's tempting to realize like, okay, $10 a month, I don't need to like stop that. But looking back, like some of the worst one I've had for like 3 years, and I've only heavily used it probably for 2 or 3 months. And so in total, we've paid this company like $300, $350, and we only really needed like $30 of value. And so that's money out the window that we don't need to be pushing out into the ethos. If I could do something to make an extra $300, I would do it. And so if I would be willing to earn it, I should be willing to earn it by not spending it. And so that's just something I'm realizing. Just doing it. It's worth doing. Looking at what you spent money on. So like right now it's October. So we looked at what do we spend money on in November of last year, because some of those might be a sneaky subscription. And then just looking at what have we spent money on the past 2-3 months that if we really need it, we can get it back in a moment. So like making up an example, say there's a subscription that makes sense during like November and December each year, but you only use it in November, December. You don't need to pay 12 months for 2 months of usage. So it's worth canceling and just cancel, cut. If it's worth giving yourself a pay raise for an extra $100 a month, it's worth not spending that. So that's what we did today. And by working a job tonight for a few hours, we're going to be saving that each month for all these subscriptions. So feeling pretty good. Going to pat myself on the back on that one. Glad we did it. And just figuring out how we prioritize things. Family history, dad worked a lot so that mom could afford a lot. And for my wife and I, we want dad to work a fair amount so that we can have a fair enough lifestyle. And so we want to have less income and less expenses so that we have a lot less stress and a lot more time than what I was used to. And so that's what we're working towards. And so tonight, it doesn't match that that trajectory, that desired goal, since I'm working and we want me to be home, but tonight we need me to be working in my assessment so that we can keep food on the table. So as I'm driving and I'm seeing all these like blacked out school buses, all of these like party buses, DJ buses, and realizing like there's folks that are doing wedding venues, corporate event venues. There are folks that are hustling on the weekends because either they have to, or want to. And so I'm now seeing more entrepreneurs that are working the side hustle, the weekend hustle, more than I ever had noticed. And so I'm that guy tonight. And we're going to have fun doing it. We're going to enjoy it. And if I get stuck during doing the side gig, then I'll call the owner and say, hey, this thing isn't working, tech malfunction, whatever, and they'll get me unstuck. So we're going to go do it. We're going to go have fun. It's going to be a blast of a wedding. It's going to be a good 5-hour engagement and then call it for the night. So that's where we're at. That's where we're going. Let's rock and roll. This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY Due Diligence Program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.